How about them cowgirls? How about them cowgirls? Yeah. What is cracking with you, YouTube? It's your man King Howard Cage TV. Shout out to the realest cheesehead. Check out his channel. It's the RC Podcast. Check out his shit. Crazy week in football. First of all, I don't know if this is an apology. I mean, but you could take it as that. About my video that I dropped yesterday out in Phoenix after the Cardinals game. How should I say this? No disrespect to the state of Arizona. No disrespect to the city of Phoenix. But all due disrespect to the women that was at that game. Total disrespect to the women that was at that game. The guys, guys, football, we know how to conduct ourselves when it comes to being a rival team. There's a line of respect that men, when engaging in sports, unless you just a belligerent drunk idiot and you can't control your liquor, but majority of the time, of course you see fights break out at games, but that's because a line has been crossed, and 9 times out of 10, it was probably some woman involved that says something stupid to ignite and fuel the flame to the fire for some shit to happen. I would like to send a shout out to old boy that I told his girl, hey man, check your bitch. Much respect to you, man, for turning your attention to your girl. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to you to address the problem. Now that shit is over with, damn, Odell Beckham Jr. was getting choked out in the middle of a game. I mean, man, he put himself in that position, so he just gonna have to expect that kind of outcome every time he plays somebody. But anyway, let's get into this shit. The Cowboys lose to the my Super Bowl pick, the Saints. I mean, the Saints win 2 games in a row after is this their second game they won in a row? I know they beat Seattle in Seattle. I'm not sure if that was the last game they played before they played the Cowboys. It might be. Oh, that's right. They lost the game to the Rams when Drew Brees got hurt. And they won the first game when Drew Brees had that fourth quarter drive down the field to set up for a field goal. So yeah, the Saints won back-to-back games. This was a tough loss for the Dallas Cowboys to lose to the 28th ranked defense in the league. Whatever was said on the sideline by Sean Payton and the defensive coordinator over there to this defense, they showed up to play Dallas today. I mean, Zeke had a hard time running the ball. I think he averaged like 1.9 yards a carry or something like that. I think he only had like 30-some yards. I knew Dak Prescott was going to throw a damn interception. I knew he was going to, make mistakes in a game like this. And now the Cowboys are being riddled with injuries. They lose Tyron Smith with a high ankle sprain and have to bring in some, I don't know who the backup was, but he wasn't no damn help. The receiving core for the Dallas Cowboys was just so inept. I mean, Amari Cooper kept pushing off to try to get some type of separation from Lattimore. I mean, just costing the Cowboys penalties. And it just goes to show you, man, when you shut down the run game, the quarterback that Dak Prescott, who's having contract disputes with the Cowboys still, they really don't want to pay him that much money. So they're at a standstill in negotiations again. And now they lose to a Saints team that doesn't have their Hall of Fame quarterback, Drew Brees, on the field. And they're just using speed. Physical running with Latavius Murray and Alvin Kamara, and mixing it up with other speedsters that they got on a team, man. I think they just gassed the Cowboys. I mean, at the end of the game, you just started to see Alvin Kamara impose his will on Sean Lee and Jalen Smith. You just started seeing him just bulldoze them out of the way. And great personnel substitutions in this game by Sean Payton, bringing in Latavius Murray when it's hot and heavy at the end of the going close to the end of the third quarter, and you bring Latavius Murray in there to just with fresh legs to pound the Cowboys down even further into submission. That was great. I love the personnel call right there. Put in the right scheme around Teddy Bridgewater to make it easier for him. People saying, "Oh man, look at him. He ain't even throwing the ball." Yeah, he was throwing the ball down the field. He was throwing the ball down the field. The Cowboys just couldn't say, "Man, look at him. He just dinking and dunking all game." You got to stop it, man. That's what Brady do, right? When Brady is dinking and dunking, look at the precision passes Brady makes on that 3-yard out. Look what Brady did. Look at the 3-step drop, dump to the running back coming out of the backfield. Oh, what a great short dump pass by Brady. Like, come on, man. Give me a break. Give me a fucking break. When other quarterbacks do simple shit and get yards after catch, you know what I'm saying? They dump it off to a running back and they run it up the field. They give all of the credit to the running back, but let Tom Brady dump the ball off to a running back out of the backfield. Look how Brady, look at how he set this play up. Like, give me a fucking break. But anyway, Dak Prescott played sloppy. You could tell at times he kind of panicked a little bit, and that's what you want out of Dak Prescott if you're going to play against him. You want him to panic in a pocket. You want his eyes moving faster than what his brain can read, because he can't process information quick enough to make an accurate throw, to make the right decision throw. I don't know why Dallas didn't keep Jason Witten engaged in the game after he had that fumble. Y'all went to Garwin and some other nigga. I'm like, who the fuck where's Jason Witten at? Zeke fumbled. Zeke didn't have his I don't know. I don't know what you can't say Jason Garrett. But I don't know what Kellen Moore was calling over there, man. I don't know what he was calling over there. I don't know what playbook he picked up in the fouls this Sunday to run with the Cowboys, but it wasn't no smart motherfucking plays, man. So now the Cowboys are 3-1, and like I told y'all, man, it was going to be a lot of teams that was going to go 2-2 this week. Now you have the Patriots, who still are undefeated, and I think the San Francisco 49ers. I think they had a bye week, so they still 3-0. But the Dallas defensive line ran out of gas. Quinn made some good plays on Teddy Bridgewater, but it's Teddy Bridgewater. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he's not going to pick up a blitz or pick up a disguised blitz. But he did manage the game well enough for them to win. How many yards did Teddy Bridgewater throw for? Usually, you know what I'm saying, he stays somewhere in a 190, 220 range. So I don't know if he threw over 200 something passing yards, then yeah, the Dallas defense ain't all cracked up with what we thought it was to be. I think they allowed over 100 yards of, was it over 100 yards of rushing? I'm not sure. I know Alvin Kamara. Yeah, it might have been over 100 yards of rushing. I know in the third quarter, Alvin Kamara had like 11 carries for like 49 yards. But then, he started he started breaking up the middle late in the game, keeping Dallas on their toes. Great catch by Randall Cobb, to get them up the field, to set Dallas up for a Hail Mary throw, but it didn't pan out in the end. The Saints defense played nasty, man. They played nasty football. They played up close and personal football. You know what I'm saying? They was engaged with face to face with the Cowboys. Like, we not going nowhere. We're gonna keep the pressure on y'all. We're gonna keep pressing y'all off the line. We know y'all. We know the Dallas receivers. Who are they? I mean, I know who Randall Cobb is. I know who Amari Cooper is, but they not really nothing to brag about. You seen Dak Prescott started throwing more passes to the tight ends and Zeke because he couldn't find nothing upfield. One thing I didn't understand why Dak Prescott didn't run the ball out of the pocket a lot more. I didn't understand that. It was plenty of opportunities for Dak Prescott to get out the pocket and run the ball up the field, and he just didn't choose to do so. But when he play against the Packers next week, I expect him to run out of that damn pocket. I totally expect it, and the Packers should too. So hopefully the Packers got a good look at this game, the Sunday night game against the Saints. Hopefully they can implement some of the same schemes that the Saints put together to shut down Zeke. And even though this was a Sunday night game, this is still a short week for the Cowboys. They still got to travel back to Dallas, whether they left that night or they leaving in the morning. They got a lot of injuries on the offensive line now that they're gonna have to address, and they will. They'll address those problems throughout the week. I'm pretty sure more talk about Dak Prescott's contract negotiations are going to come up this week on sports bullshit network TV programs. And you're going to start to hear a lot about the Saints and what they have done in the last 2 weeks without Drew Brees being out there. How great of a coach Sean Payton is and how great his play calling was in that game. But it's the mediocre Cowboys, man. The Cowboys haven't really played anybody. They first 3 fluky-ass games of the season where everybody thinking Dak Prescott is looking really good. You know what I'm saying? This is what I don't. This is a commercial break right here. This is what I don't understand about Skip Bayless. You can criticize the quarterback he likes. Let's just say Dak Prescott. You could say, when he debating, people are telling him blatantly to his face, the Cowboys ain't played nobody. And you could talk about touchdowns and interceptions, that Dak threw or hasn't thrown, or his passer rating stat that ain't really up to par. I mean, it is this year in the first 3 games, but this last game is gonna make it dip. Skip Bayless will bring up a meaningless fucking stupid ass stat to justify how good the guy he likes is. Last year, Dak Prescott led in air distance traveled with a football. What? What? Air distance traveled with a football? You're making that a stat now to justify how good Dak Prescott is? Why do they keep letting this idiot stay on TV? You could say, oh, Dak is not accurate. Oh, Dak is not accurate. Not an accurate passer. but he led the league last year in air distance traveled with a football. So what? So what? I do not understand. I do not understand what the hell Skip Bayless be coming up with, man. He'll find some kind of stupid ass stat from Pro Football Focus. Pro Football Focus do the same shit. They come up with these meaningless statistics to try to justify how good a quarterback is or how good a running back is. Like, cut the dumb shit out, man. But back to this. The Cowboys are a young team. They don't know, the Cowboys have always struggled with situational football against teams that bring them competition. Situational football is just terrible. They make mistakes when they play against a team that's good, or if not better than them. When they playing against mediocre teams, Dak Prescott has 14 comeback fourth quarter. I mean, that's great. That is great. But against what kind of teams? The Redskins, the trash ass Giants, meaningless teams. Teams that nobody's thinking about. But when you come into come into New Orleans and the whole who that nation is right there in your face, man, you got to win those games, man. Even though it is hard to win in New Orleans. It's hard. When the Cowboys are down by 10 points, Dak Prescott's passer rating is 32.2. When they down by 10, going into the fourth quarter when they down by 10, Dak Prescott passer rating is 32.2. Is Skip Bayless going to bring that shit up? I doubt it. So, Shango, eat crow's dick. We coming into y'all house. Well, actually, this is gonna be another fucking home game for us. We already know how Aaron Rodgers loves playing in Dallas Stadium. So we'll see the Cowboys next week. Of course, I think Zeke is gonna come next week ready to play with some fire. Dak Prescott he gonna come with some fire too. But with the Packers on a 10-day break, resting up, recuperating from losing our loss to the Eagles, I got a good feeling that we're probably gonna be the more healthier team walking in the Dallas Stadium on Sunday. Hopefully, Jamal Williams will be back out of concussion protocol, and hopefully we could go out there and get a win, man. I had the Cowboys winning this game. I guess I was wrong. But anything to keep my Super Bowl pick afloat, I'm all with it. So with that being said, man, this your man King Howie. I'm out.